Hello, this is the felting tutorial for the Monstera leaf in the embroidery hoop. So this is what it'll be like-ish when it's done. So first we're going to start with the dark green, and you're gonna just take a little bit of it, pull it apart, just kind of getting a feel for it. Lay it to where you want it on your piece, and you're just gonna gently take your needle and stab it up and down to where we're going. And it's fairly simple. I like to follow my edges to keep my edges clean. I like to make sure that it's covered. You don't have to stick the needle so far in the foam that it like goes all the way in. Just you have to stick the barbs through the wool. So it doesn't even really, it can just hit the foam behind it. You just want to hear that hit. You don't need to go in it. Just make sure you watch all the holes and all your edges. I'm just going to fill this up with a dark green. I'm just going to speed it up here so you can watch. Once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. It's just like coloring, but with wool and a needle. So it's therapeutic and it's meditative. It's fun. So enjoy it. Okay, so now we're halfway through it. Just make sure the edges are clean. You can still see the detail. We're just filling it in, and then we're gonna go back over it and add some details. So I'm just gonna go in, make sure that my holes don't have string in it. They're just really nice and clean. You can see it. So I'm just gonna go around and clean them up a little. Avoid what you want to try to do up and down, or even angled, but like in and out at the same angle. What you want to try to avoid is the flick, because this is just so fragile it can break the tip right off, and then it would be useless to us. So, all right. So now I'm gonna do the other half in the dark green. Okay, so now that it's all filled in, now we're gonna start with our highlights. So we're gonna take some of the apple green, and you're gonna pull like a string of it. I even like kind of to twist it a little bit. And we're gonna have this go up the center of our leaf here. So we're gonna start down here. I just felt it up the center. Try to make it uniform and tight. Kind of play with it. The more you felt it, the smaller and tighter it'll get. Okay, and then I'm just gonna have it kind of taper off, and what I'm going to do is kind of cut my scissors, an angle there, and just kind of have it come up into it. Okay, now I'm going to do these going out into the leaves as well. So let's start from here. and cut it. That one's not quite large enough. Get another one. Get a little bit thinner on this little one. You kind of get the hang of it, and you can do, you know, your own thing too. Like, you're like, I would rather do something else than that. This is yours, so make it yours. Okay, now that we've filled in all our lines, now we're going to do some detail and some highlights. So we're going to take some of the apple green with some of the dark green, and you're just going to make it pretty open and loose and airy. You're going to about have 2 times as light the apple green as the dark. And then you're going to pull it and rip it together to mix the colors. You're just gonna rip it until it's pretty evenly dispersed. It's not like a lot of dark green in one or a lot of light in the other. Okay, and then we're gonna use this. Just take a little bit, test it. And we're gonna use this, and we'll start up here in the top to just felt onto this top leaf here. Have it come into the stem and down close with it, out to the top of the leaf, a little bit more. You can kind of play with it, see what you like, where you like it going. Just kind of highlight this leaf here, give it some dimension. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna felt it so it doesn't look so stringy. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of that light green and mix it with some white and pull it. I'm going to take this darkened apple and set it up here for later. Right there. So this is the light green and the white. Just another highlight for us. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and put it in the center of that. Just highlight it a little bit more. Yep, I like that. I think I'm going to take a little bit more of the dark. You can just kind of play around with it, see what you like. Come up. Okay, and then I'm going to do it on the next leaf. So I'm going to take a little bit of this one, put it around. I'm not getting the very tip on these ones. I probably will on some of them. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down closer to the main stem, up the leaf. Okay, and then highlight the light, the white and apple. Put this over here. Just make sure your edges are pretty clean. Actually, it looks like I have a bald spot there, which happens. Sometimes you notice your bald spots as you're taking it off the foam. You're pulling off and you're like, whoa, I missed a spot. You have to put it back on and fill it in, which is okay. That's another great thing about felting, is it is very forgiving. You can rip it up if you don't like it. You can add more where you need more. It's a little bit dark up here. It's very, very, very forgiving. Okay. So I just want to make sure I have those spaces in between my leaves, because that's what makes the plant so obviously itself. This distinctive look. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna just keep going with this highlight, and you can do what you like. You can look at the picture and copy me exactly. Just whatever you want to do. But I'm gonna speed it up here so you don't have to watch every little thing I do. But I'm just going around doing that. If you need more, you can make a little bit more blending. Before I go, I think I'm gonna actually add one more color mix to it. I'm gonna add a little bit of this sage green color. And I'm gonna do it with a little bit of the dark green. Just a very little bit. Just to add some more color here. Yes, okay. So maybe I'll go back up to the top leaf and add a little bit in there. Add a little bit over here. Really, you can't go wrong. It's gonna look pretty any way that you do it. And please share what you make, because I love seeing the different ways that it's done, or different ways that people go about it. We all have the same materials and the same instruction, but it all comes out differently. And all just so beautiful. Alright, so you just play around with these shades, highlighting your leaves. Oops, sorry about that. And we'll just keep going all the way around the leaf until you come up with an outcome that you like. Alright, as I'm finishing up here, I'm just gonna take my scissors and give it like a soft edge on that sage green color. So I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna add a little bit of the apple green, dark green to this leaf here. It's a little blank. So below and above, just try to even out the colors a little. Sometimes I just have to take a step back, be like, does it look balanced? Where am I missing some of the color? A little bit of the green here. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some of the white for an even brighter highlight just throughout the piece, wherever I want it. This leave's pretty bright. Put some here. Even if you'd like to take the white and fill in the holes instead of it having, like maybe they got a little too close or whatever you'd like, that would be, it would look great if you did that, and I might end up doing it. So I'm just gonna add some of the plain white around on the light pieces just to brighten them up. Just for an even more highlight. It doesn't need to be as blended. It can be choppier than you think, and then when you look at it, it will look better. I might come down and highlight this stem a little. Stems are fun to highlight. So I'm just gonna put right next to it. Just my little darker areas. I think I'm gonna put a brighter highlight up here. Maybe here a little bit. Just a lot of fun. So much fun. Look at that. I am proud of it. So now what you need to do is take it off your form. Just do it nice and slow. The foam. Form it. Foam. Just pull it around. I went very far in there. Okay. Very fuzzy, fun. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your piece and spray it with water. If you don't have a spray bottle with water, you can just run it under the sink. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but that's fine also. You spray it with water, and then you're gonna iron it on the wool setting. After that, you're going to place it in your hoop, and then I will show you how to do that. So spray with water, get wet with water. It will get rid of all the blue lines, and then we will iron it on the wool setting and then frame it. Okay, now we have it all ironed. So we can take our embroidery hoop, open it up. You can put it in sideways, like that. You can put it up, you know, however you want, straight up and down, a little crooked. I think I'm gonna do mine a little crooked. And you just want to pull it tight. And you just pull your outer edges till it's taut. Take off the loose stuff. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you are going to get either some craft glue, some hot glue, and you're going to line the inside of the hoop, just small sections at a time. You don't want it to dry on you, and then to fold it in. And if it is hot glue, just be careful. You're gonna wanna pinch it so it's, you know. And then you do that around, and then after it's all glued, then you can go in and trim the excess. I say that because if you trim it now, you might not have enough to cover the inside. And then you'll be done with your felting kit. So thanks so much for doing this with me, and I hope you enjoy it. And again, please share what you've made. I just would love to see it. Tag me in a story on Instagram, or just email me a picture, whatever. But thank you so much, and have a great day.